Hey everyone, Mike here today with some quick thoughts here on Control. Now, this is a pretty good game. I've had some fun playing it so far. I've been playing for around 4 or 5 hours. And fortunately, it's not a game that's really sinking into me, right? It's not grabbing my interest enough. So I'm not sure how much more I'm going to play beyond this video, but having said that, I still think it's a really high quality game. And I could see how some people are getting sucked into it because it's got a lot of neat stuff going for it. So before we hop in here, I just want to show off the options because graphically I'm not actually running this maxed out. Now this is on a Ryzen 3600 with a GTX 1080 Ti, more specifically an EVGA 1080 Ti 4013. So it's got a pretty heavy overclock on it running already. And since I am using RTX voice, I've bumped the resolution down slightly. I normally play at 2560 by 1440. So that gives me a little bit of extra overhead so my voice doesn't get all crunchy as the GPU maxes out. And beyond that, yeah, global reflections, I've knocked it down one step. Screen space, I've not run it on high typically just to give me a little bit of overhead. And MSAA is only at 2x because NVIDIA's MFAA takes over, and it's the equivalent of 4x in quality while only taking the overhead from 2x MSAA. That's something you can turn on with the GeForce experience, or you can use NVIDIA Control Panel as well. So I'm not doing any ray tracing. However, I have played this game on an RTX 2060, and I have played it with ray tracing, and it looks pretty good. Unfortunately, that is a laptop RTX 2060, and the laptop in question limits it to like 60 or 80 watts, so it's a very underpowered RTX 2060. So even with DLSS, the game, it doesn't look amazing. It's very GPU limited. So there's going to be some blurry textures here and there as everything loads in. But yeah, I think it's a really nice looking game. There's a lot of cool stuff. I like kind of the story is interesting. It's got a lot of weird stuff going on. And let's see. Yeah, I don't have anything specific to do. I will point out there's a couple of things that I find a little weird, and this is nitpicking at this point. So for how good this game looks, I find like main character she doesn't really have much weight going on, and you'll see how some of the animations can look a little strange, I suppose. If we talk to her here as well, you'll see. I think a lot of the voice stuff is good. It's just some of the facial animations, they're good, and then occasionally hit points where they're kind of awkward. I don't know how else to put it, really. Again, kind of nitpicking because everything else this game does is actually really good and impressive, so it's just a lot of the characters seem to have just something a little awkward with them occasionally. One character, obviously, the one who's supposed to be the most awkward, I guess, seems the most normal at the same time. I'll put it that way.
Oh my god. More tests. Let's hold off on the tests until
Alright.
Okay?
So we got that out of the way.
Okay.
We'll see if we can get into some quick combat here.
This blows my control
show off a little bit of that.
The
But for the most part, it's, you know, it's one of these kind of open-ish world exploration games where you're gated off by lacking abilities or security cards, clearance, stuff like that. So if you've played one of those games before, you kind of know what to expect. This is another one of those, really. And yeah, so let's see. I've gone through here already. I'm just gonna go upstairs instead. This is an area I've not revisited since I started the game, so this is very much the beginning of the game. So there might be stuff here to discover, might not be. I did do a quick recording test earlier, and I did encounter some doors I didn't open before, so that's just a radio. Yeah, it's design-wise, I think they've nailed an aesthetic. The game looks and runs really well. See, I don't have clearance level for 4. Oh, there's something in here I might have missed. So if we do see clearance 1 and 2, we'll pop those open, but otherwise it's possible that I don't find anything. So this is the director's office. We've been here before. We've done a little side mission here as well. May as well run through it. Let's try and see if we can encounter some enemies. Got some sealed off areas. Right, we've done this. I'm now backtracking through some of the story. There you go. So, got a couple different things. I've got the shotgun. I've got this normal kind of pistol. And I've got these kinetic abilities, psychokinetic abilities. Ouch. And I also have like a dodge and melee. So most of these encounters are pretty straightforward. There's generally 3 waves. Headshots can be a little challenging to get at times. And by a little challenging, annoyingly so. I'm not sure why. There we go. So a lot of these guys go down pretty easily because I do have a lot of upgrades. Not a ton, but you know, enough to take out enemies generally with ease. These are also lower level enemies than I'm used to. So because of that, they are going down pretty easily. Yeah, mobility is pretty good. You do take a lot of damage though, so kind of have to be a little bit careful. Alright, music's over. Great. So as you can see, we've got these blue dots that just gives you health back. And then we have different upgrades that also tend to drop out of a lot of these enemies. So that's how you go about. There's a bit of a crafting system, so that's how you go about creating upgrades and stuff like that. So we can bring that up right now. So there's personal mods and weapon mods. So you can pick up pure mods. You can also pick up items to craft stuff. So this is a higher level. And I'll just scrap the other 2 because I don't need them. The icon makes it really easy. There's a level in the top right corner as well, so, you know, if A costs 8%, 10%, so we'll just scrap the old one. So just looking at these real quick, I don't have a upgrade for the second ability. For the weapons, let's take a quick look. Okay, Pierce. Can't deal with Pierce right now because I don't have anything. Yeah, different materials. Oh, right, I have level 3 clearance. I just got that. Let's see. We can exit the mailroom. I can show some of the character stuff. Whoops. So there are these control points that you capture around the map and gives you a way to fast travel. It also gives you the ability to make some mods. So I construct different levels of mods. And these are all going to take some resources. Similarly, I can also upgrade myself. I can also get different weapon forms. So right now I've, just a normal pistol and a shotgun. And then spin is like a SMG, and Purist is a more stronger charged up shot. So yeah, there's different abilities. As you buy stuff, you unlock some of the personal upgrades as well. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward game, right? You get some missions to do. You've got stuff to do. You go to different areas of the map as you unlock more and more access, as you get more abilities as well that allow you to go certain areas. And after that, there's a lot of collectibles as you go through, so I'll show off some early ones, right? We learn about different enemies and stuff that we start encountering. Case files, we learn about certain events and objects and things like that. These are all little notes and things you find as well, which I'm not going to go into too much detail. And then the multimedia and the hotline, well, those are other bits and pieces. So there's a lot of stuff in this game. There's a lot of lore and story pieces and things going on. I think overall, they've done a pretty good job. I like all the stuff that they've put in. I like some of the replayability that they're trying to give room for, which makes this kind of interesting. And as I've been getting more and more deeper in the game, I find myself having to go back and replay through some areas. Because, hey, I have high level access, I can find more items, more unlocks, more side missions you can do. And the game is generally pretty good at kind of holding your hand and getting you to where you need to go. But if you do wander around and venture around a little bit, there's plenty of side stuff to find as well at the same time, which is nice. But anyways, I'm sticking around in these early areas of the game, mostly because I don't want to spoil anything. I think this game does a lot of stuff really well. Oh, and we have another random combat event if I wanted to do that. 20 minutes is still plenty of time to get there. But anyways, I'll end this here. I think Control is a really good game. Like I said, I'm not too sure if I'm going to spend a lot of time playing beyond this. I've already put in 4 or 5 hours, and yeah, it's interesting. I like it, but at the same time, I'm not coming back to it really wanting to. I'm just kind of pushing myself to come back to it. So it's a little unfortunate. I thought this would have grabbed my interest a little bit more, but we'll see. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next week with another video.